Right. Welcome everyone to another class from my home, Vinyasa flow. Hopefully the lightning is all right today. The sun is obviously coming through, but let me know if it's too bright or not bright enough. So this is Vinyasa flow. So I want you to start in, I'm probably going to actually put this shape, in comfortable lying position today. So you have your legs out, side, arms out. Just start feeling grounded on the mat. A little warm up. We're closing our eyes. And I want you to slowly start breathing in through your nose. Maybe taking one hand, your left to the heart center, and your right just on your, in between, I would say your first upper rib, so you can feel the diaphragm. As you breathe in, belly expands. And as you breathe out, you're feeling the pressure. Let's do this together. Try to hold the breath at the top. Let's take a breath in through the nose. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly breathe out. 4, 3, 2, 1. Same again. Breath in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it one more time. Breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding for 4, 3, 2, 1. And breathe out for 4, 3, 2, 1. So you don't have to obviously hold at the top and continuing. It's going to be quite hard to practice, but at least hold the breath in, the breath out if you can, through the nose with a count of 4. There's something to be aware about. And then releasing the hands to the floor. Let's start warming up the wrists and the hands a little bit by circling the feet one side and then switching. Same with the wrists. Your own tempo. And again, find some stillness. Taking the chest, bringing the legs towards your chest. One each. And then start circling the knees first apart. Just warming up the hips. And then counterclockwise if you've done it. Clockwise. And then find some stillness again. Just squeezing those knees a little bit towards your chest. And I want you to think about what you're doing for the practice today. You've been indoors all day. Maybe you've been sitting. Maybe you're feeling a bit stiff. Maybe you just want to take it real slow. Maybe you want it to flow wherever you are. Just find your own purpose of the class. And then when you've been rocking a little bit, let's cross our legs and rock up and down the spine. Just waking up the spine a little bit. And then the next time you come up, just see if you can roll over and come to a seated position. See what's happening on my Instagram feed. Okay, there we go. Not sure if the feed just dropped, but we should be live. So if it wasn't live from the beginning, welcome to my Vinyasa class. We've done a little warm up on the spine. We're going to continue with that. So come to all fours, do a little bit cat-cow. So have your feet, your knees hip distance apart. And take a breath in. And as you do so, you're going to let your hip drop down, your stomach drop down as you look up. And as you exhale through the nose, look towards the navel, breathing out through the nose, pressing through the hands. And again, breathing in, moving your shoulders back, and breathing out through the nose. So you roll up, pushing through the hands. Do that in your own time. You're just maybe swaying the hips a little bit from side to side. And breathing out, so push up. And breathe in as you look up. And from there, maybe come to neutral. Warm up in the wrists. So slowly lean from one side to the other. Maybe taking the hands towards you. Slowly sitting back. Just take it slowly. You feel your edge. And come back. Changing. Taking the palms up. And the same. Just sit back slowly. Not feeling any stress. And take it back. Shake the hands. Taking the hands a little bit forward. Come up on all tiptoes. Just hover. Still a neutral spine. Activate the core. Pull the stomach in, hip in, and drop down. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in as you rise up. Look slightly forward. Activate the core. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Just feel. Burn a little bit. Let's do it for 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And drop down. And then we're going to do our first downward facing dog of the day. So push back on your toes and slowly come up into your V shape. So it's an inverted V shape. And don't worry about the tight hamstrings in the beginning. What you want to do is you want to walk out that dog. Maybe you're going to have like slightly bent knees. So having the feet on the floor, it's not the most important thing. The important thing is to feel a lengthening. So push the stomach in so that you have a V shape, loosening up, internal rotation of the shoulders. So have a micro bend to do that, to get the length. And from here, we're not going to rest on the laurels, but we're going to push forward into a plank position. I'm going to show you how to do Vinyasa flow. So let's do the easier one. We drop our knees to the ground. We slowly push ourselves down. So that's on the exhale, and then on the inhale, push up on low cobra, squeezing elbows. Exhale, curl the toes under, come back and push back into downward facing dog. So that's the simple version. If that gets tired at some point, you can always come back into a resting pose, which is a balasana child's pose. And you push your knees to the side, toes touch, and take your bum back. That's the resting pose. So feel like you're overdoing it, you can just come back to that resting. So that was the simple version. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you're in your downward facing dog. You push forward over your hands, your shoulders over the hands. You come down into chaturanga, elbows in, on the tops of the feet. Come up into upward facing dog, squeezing the glutes, chest forward, and then exhale, come back into downward facing dog. That's the two options you can do today. It's up to you. So let's start flowing a little bit. So we're going to do again, forward, slowly on the ground, upward facing dog, low cobra, pushing back into downward facing dog from wherever you are. So root the left leg. So left leg should be down. Obviously you can still have bent knees. Take the right leg up towards the sky and then see if you can twist it, opening up the hips, maybe flexing that back feet, looking under your armpit, see if you can see it, wave to it, and then slowly taking that knee and step on the outside of your right foot. So we're coming into lizard pose. So what we can do here is just swing a little bit if we got a little bit tight hips, back and forth, and then drop that back left knee to the ground. So again, if you have any questions, just type it in the comment box. I'll notice it. And you can either stay here, or if you feel after you've taken a few breaths that no, you know what, I can probably go a little bit further down. Just do so and come on your elbows. That's up to you. And next, come up from your elbows if you're there. Take your right hand and just push that right leg a little bit further out. And there you can even maybe try and taking that right arm up, taking it back to the left foot, and see if you can come down a little bit with a bind, still without dumping too much. You want to open up the chest and slowly take it down if you have a bind, back to your fingers, stepping back into high plank where you do vinyasa, so either knees to the floor or chest, coming up to low cobra or upward facing dog, and then back into downward facing dog. Do the other side, lifting that left leg up, so right stays rooted, opening up the hips, looking maybe in between, just to see if we can see that leg and foot, and then take the knee through the chest and step it to the outside. So if you can't do that in one motion, just take it in between and then step the leg and the foot to the outside of your left hand. So again, you just want to maybe rock a little bit from side to side, forward, and then drop that back knee to the floor. And you can stay here and take one breath in through the nose and slowly release and take your elbows to the ground. Or you can also do the same if you did it on the other side, where you push and try to open up the hips a little bit more here. Feel a nice hip flexors. All almost having a little bit internal rotation of the hips. And if you did so on the other side, taking that left arm up as you breathe in, and then swing it back, reaching your right foot. Maybe take it a little bit closer towards your bum, and open up at the same time the left side shoulder, and release slowly. Coming back to the hands if you're not there already. Stepping back. To our Vinyasa. Breathing in. Breathing out, sorry. And then breathing in. And slowly breathing out as you come back into your downward facing dog. So we should be a little bit more warmed up now. So let's pick up the pace. Taking the right leg up towards the sky. Opening up into a split dog. And this time taking that knee in between. Coming up into high lunge. So I'm going to feel stable here. Maybe arms, cactus in the beginning. Let's do some pulses. So take the stomach in. Let's take down. 1, up. So breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. So, and then stay there, find stillness, and windmill the arms down, stepping back, coming down, breathing in, and breathing out. Always through the nose. Obviously, I have to talk, so it makes it a little hard. Taking that left leg up, split open, and then stepping through the chest, coming up into high lunge on this side. So that's also what we're doing the cactus arms. So again, maybe bend that front knee a little bit further if you want a little bit harder. So let's do some pulses here as well. Pushing the stomach in, pelvis, and going down, pushing up, down, push up, 2 more, down, push up, down, push up. Good. And we're going to windmill arms down, stepping back, and doing a Vinyasa. And this time, have the left leg rooted, right leg goes up towards the sky, twist open for a split dog, in between the hands, and slowly coming up on the breath in, and then on the breath out, we're going to take our left leg back into Warrior 2. So maybe you've got a little bit tired shoulders, maybe just swing them a little bit, and then take them parallel. And you can always go down. Sorry, got disturbance here. You can always, if you want to make it a little bit harder, taking your knee further down, just to feel a burn on the quads, or you can stay where you are, maybe higher up. Most important is to feel a lengthening through one arm to the other. Feeling openness in the chest. And from there, take another breath in. And as you breathe out, windmill the arms down, stepping back, coming down, breathing in as you go up, and breathing out as you come down again to your downward facing dog. And from there, root the right leg, lift the left leg up, split open, coming in between the hands with your knee, and then coming up into high lunge. Let's breathe in, breathing out into Warrior 2. Again, this side, just maybe just taking the hands a little bit and shoulders relaxing, and then up to parallel, and feeling lengthening, look forward, And breathe in. And as you breathe out, then the arms down, stepping back, coming down. Breath in, and the breath out. So you need to rest already. Don't worry, you can do that. Otherwise, we're going to soon go down in a child's pose. So let's continue. So take your right leg up. Do a split dog. Breathe in, then breathe out. Just step through. And then breathe in, breathe out, coming back into warrior two. And we're going to flip that front palm and prepare ourselves for reverse warrior. So from the hip, you want to lean forward as much as you can. And take that right arm back. So you want to open up on the side. Maybe you have that left arm rested on the knee, or maybe you want to just bind it behind, touching your right leg. Wherever you are, you can experiment a little bit. And then slowly let it go. Coming back into warrior two. Windmilling the arms down. Stepping back to a vinyasa. Breathing out. Breathing in. And back into downward facing dog. So left side. Take the left leg up. Split open. Stepping through, in between. Coming up into high lunge, and back into warrior two. Same here. We're flipping the left palm, and you lean forward, and slowly taking that arm back, feeling lengthening the obliques, the lats, on the left side. And take another breath. And as you breathe out, windmill the arms, stepping back, slowly coming down in your vinyasa flow. And let's meet back in downward facing dog. Okay, we're going to do one more thing before we rest. So I want you to raise the right leg up, split open, stepping through in between the hands. Coming up into high lunge, and then into warrior two. Taking an arm forward, reverse warrior. And slowly back into warrior two. And then shorten your stance a little bit. So you're got to shorten the stance. I want you to straighten your right foot. And we're going to similar line when we're doing a reverse warrior, so we're going to lean forward. But this time, I want you to take your arm to the shin and your left hand up towards the sky. You're opening up on the front, feeling a lengthening from the right hand up to the left. Let's go through the whole spine, thoracic spine, up to the top. So if you need a micro bend in your front knee, don't worry, you can do that. And take one more breath. And when you exhale, bend that front knee, coming back into warrior two. Windmilling arms down, stepping back, slowly coming down. And then into cobra or upward facing dog, and back into downward facing dog. Let's do the other side. Right leg goes up, split open, and in between hands, stepping through, and then down to warrior two. Windmill arms, or flip the palms, windmill arms back into reverse warrior. And then take that back to neutral warrior two, on this side. And again, shorten the stance on the back foot. See if you can straighten that leg. Have a little bit micro bend just to, if you have problems with your knees. And lean forward from hips and taking that arm up to the sky. So what you want to feel again, it's like you're pushing back to an invisible wall. So your butt is against that wall, your back shoulder, everything. You don't have to look up towards your right hand. You can look to the ground if you've got problems with your neck. I should have said that before, but just an option. Option here is as well to bind behind if you want to do that and still have it open in the chest. So from here, just bending that front knee, coming back into warrior two, windmill down, stepping back, and do your vinyasa. So your knees to the floor or chaturanga. Now let's meet back into into downward facing dog. So I think we're going to finish with one more and then we'll do the rest. So let's lift the right leg up, split, open, stepping through into high lunge and back into warrior two. And from here, again, let's shorten the stance a little bit. You want to take clasping your arms and back and really pushing those shoulders together. And as you breathe in, you want to open the chest. And as you exhale, you want to see if you can take your arms up, up, and having your head in between, or basically in the front of your knee. And then push as much as you can on those arms. So you can go a little bit lower on each exhale. If you can't take on the inside, don't worry, just stay where you are. And then on the next exhale, slowly coming back up, releasing the clasp of the hands. And we're going to try and do a balance pose from here. So you're on your right foot forward. You're slowly going to take your left foot a little bit closer. And then we're going to put our hands in prayer position. And you want to actually push. So we'll basically use the energy to push that left leg up in a warrior three position. So if you're not having a balance, you can always take the half fingers to the ground. What you want to take, when you want to feel, is you want to have that left leg off the ground. Obviously having straight hip as well. And also flexing that back foot if you can. So if you want to make it even more harder, you can always take the legs a little bit higher and the arms forward. It's up to you. Just find a focal point, look forward. And from there, take one more breath. Slowly stepping back with that left foot again, coming back into warrior two. And let's windmill the arms down, stepping back, coming down, and then back. And then slowly meet in downward facing dog again. Let's do the other side. Take the left leg up, twist open, and then stepping through in between the hands, coming into high lunge, taking our back foot to warrior two, flipping the palms, opening up to reverse warrior, and slowly back into warrior two. Let's do the humble warrior on the other side. So taking the hands back, clasping them, opening up the shoulders, and breath in, looking up. And as you breathe out, if you can push the elbows together, feeling the shoulder blades. Maybe you're having the head on the inside. Just let it hang heavy. Just taking a few more breaths there. And then slowly, on your next exhale, coming back up, releasing the hands. Slowly taking that right foot forward, having, again, your hands in prayer position. And you just want to slowly lean forward as you push that right foot off the ground, coming into warrior three. So this side might be easier, or have a side that's better than another. Wherever you are, just see if you can push that right leg a little bit higher. Maybe taking the hands behind you or in front. Taking one more breath. And slowly stepping back with your right foot. Coming back into warrior two. And windmill arms down. Stepping back into your plank. And then down to your cobra or upward facing dog. And then breathe out as you're back in your downward facing dog. So from here, just taking your knees to the floor. Maybe you want to have some water before you're coming back into your downward facing dog. In your child's pose for some rest. Just taking your breath, coming back to that 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. So maybe closing the eyes again, just slowing down the breath. And then next exhale, whenever you're ready, just slowly come up to your fingertips, sit back. And then taking the hands forward, come to your toes, slowly pushing yourself back into your downward facing dog. And then either jump or step to the top of your hands. So having your hands on your feet, probably a little bit hip distance apart. And you soften your arms, just swaying them a little bit from side to side. Having like maybe a micro bend in your knees. And then slowly releasing those fingers to the ground, so you can still have a micro bend protecting those tight hamstrings if you have any. And I want you to take your peace fingers, your first two fingers, around the big toes of each foot. And then you take a sturdy grip on the toes. And you breathe in, you're feeling lengthening in the spine. And as you breathe out, you push through the hands, the elbows out. If you can take yourself a little bit closer towards your knees with your head. So each time you want to feel a lengthening of the spine. You don't want to crunch into the spine, but you want to feel a lengthening as you're pushing in. And as you breathe out, your breath will assist you to get a little bit closer, but without crunching again. Take at least one more breath in. Lift up your head slightly, and as you breathe out, you slowly come closer. And then release the fingers, and I want you to roll up, vertebra by vertebra, head coming last, shoulders into a standing position. Just have a grip on your feet. Close your eyes for a second, taking your hands out. We're in a mountain pose, just feeling grounded, resetting. So let's take a breath in through the nose and then sigh it out through the mouth. One more time, breath in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth. And do a slightly back bend by taking our hands to the back of our sacrum, just above. So lower back, protecting it, taking the shoulders together again. Have a micro bend in the feet, hip distance apart. And as you take a breath in, you're slowly going to push forward with the hips. You can take the head back if you want, but that's not the purpose of it, and maybe you're feeling a little bit stiff there. So again, just look forward. And then as you breathe out, you're slowly taking yourself back into neutral position, having the hands on the side or hips. And we slowly want to roll down, taking our hands, fingers to the ground again. And this time, I want you to take the hands under your feet, just like that. Yep. And again, this is similar to the other one you were doing with the peace fingers and the toes. So you want to feel a lengthening. So as you breathe in, look slightly up. And as you breathe out, you push through the hands, elbows to the side. Again, feeling the hamstrings here, you can do a little bit micro bend. Breathe in, slightly look forward. And as you breathe out, you can come a little bit closer. And slowly breathe in, releasing the hands from the feet. And so if you're on the side now, you can take your feet to the mat apart. We're slowly going to come down in a yogic squat. So you can do a little bit side to side first, and then taking the hands in a prayer position. So if you feel like you're not coming low enough, that's fine. If you want a little more resting, you can take a book or anything else. What you want to feel, you want to crunch into it. So you want to feel lengthening in the neutral spine, basically. So you're pushing out elbows, and you're closing eyes, just a little bit side to side. If you're in a block, release the block, taking the hands slightly back and sit down, taking the feet forward. And let's slowly come down, lying on the mat. So arms forward. Activating the core. And head coming last to the ground. Flex your left foot. Flex your right foot, but taking your right knee towards your shoulder, your chest. So left foot and leg stays on the ground. And you take an inhale through the nose. And And as you exhale, you see if you can push that right knee a little bit closer towards you, towards your chest, your shoulders. Take another breath in. And exhale. And slowly release your right hand, taking your left to the outside of your right knee. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly gonna roll over to the left side. So elbows, both elbows should be on the ground. You might want to take your your head to your right side, looking over to the right hand. You just want to feel a stretch on the upper spine, slightly on the lower as well. So we don't do a lot of like plane rotation normally. Tend to do a lot of flexion and extension, but not a lot of movement in different planes. So this is quite good for the spine. Take one more breath in. And as you breathe out, slowly coming back to center, taking a right leg up and release it to the ground. And flexing the right foot, taking the left knee towards you, flexing the foot. And again, just take a breath in. And as you breathe out, see if you can taking that right knee a little bit closer towards you. One more breath, flexing both feet. A little bit closer. And then releasing the left hand. Taking the right hand on the outside of your left knee, left leg out, left arm out. And then take it over to the right side. Try to keep both elbows on the ground, so it's not as important to have the right knee or foot on the ground. It's more important to actually have both shoulders. You can look over to the left. If not, don't worry. Closing your eyes. Maybe on each exhale, see if you can push yourself a little bit to the ground. Next exhale, slowly coming back, center, taking that leg forward. Just shake a little bit, move a little side to side. Maybe even taking both knees towards you. Roll a little bit here. Just good massage for the spine. And slowly taking both feet down. I'm going to do both hands touching your ankles. I'm going to do some bridge. So I want you to take a breath in. And as you breathe out, slowly push yourself up on your pushing the hands to the floor, activating the glutes, the core and the front. So that's getting a good stretch while you're strengthening the back and the glutes. If you want to, you can clasp your hands under, as long as you're not losing that form. And just keep it there for 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. And then come down. Do it one more time. If it's in your practice, I'm not going to show it, but if it's in your practice, you can also do a full wheel. Where you're taking your hands on just next to your head, and you're pushing yourself up, coming in to a kind of wheel position. But again, this is home practice, so I'd rather show that in front of a class where I can see it. So again, let's take your hands touching your ankles. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, push up, activating the glutes, having activation of the core. Take 5 more breaths here. 5. Just a seconds. I hear this bus everywhere, and then slowly take yourself down to the ground. Oh, nice. So my Instagram just died, but we'll continue here because I haven't charged my phone. So take yourself down to the floor. Let's do a little bit rock and rolling again from side to side. Yeah, that's dead. And then taking the hands under your legs, a little bit rock, rolling forward again. And then find some stillness where you sit on your glutes, taking your feet forward, hands forward, pushing up. So if you want to make it harder, you can always take in the legs up, but don't do that by dumping in your back. So it's quite hard to hold that position for a longer time. So let's just do the legs forward, arms forward, and crossing the legs, pushing up, stepping back into plank, and then slowly pushing yourself down to the floor. And just releasing down. See if I can get the Instagram feedback, if it's not dead totally. Well, while I do that, I'm going to come into bow pose. So I want you to have your hands next to each other, taking one foot back, and then another foot back, and actually before we do that, we're just going to do with the clasping hands, so it's a little bit warm up. So taking the hands up, and you take a breath in, and as you do so, taking both feet, if you can, off the ground, squeezing the elbows together, looking forward. Still remember to breathing. And on the exhale, take it down. So let's try that one more time. Take one more breath, and then as you breathe in, you take your feet off the ground and your chest forward, so you're feeling a nice stretch, protecting the back by activating the glutes. And slowly breathe out as you come down towards the floor again. Now we can continue. And the one I was going to do at the beginning. Right, sorry everyone in Instagram. My phone died, so let's see if I can actually put that here without being annoying. There we go, you might see a bit of it. So we're lying on the ground, having hands next to each other, taking the foot back, both of them. See if you can do this pose, you should do it, but if you can't, Just do the other one I showed you before. We're going to do it one more time. So taking the legs towards you, you want to push in to those hands from your feet, using the feet. So the feet are quiet and the legs are quite active. You want to still squeeze your glutes to protect the back. So you're going to take a breath in. And as you do so, see if you can push yourself up. Taking one more breath. And slowly release. Coming down, feet down. And then just sway a little bit from side to side. Because of the chaos, I think we're going to do one more. So from there, you just push yourself back into the first kind of child's pose, and then take your legs to one side, and legs forward. And do forward fold. So sit high on your glutes. You can micro bend the legs again, just protecting the hamstrings and the back. Take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, just slowly taking the hands forward, but without actually pushing with the hands. So don't make an effort to just strain. So if you have your hands here, that's fine. If you have them here, that's fine as well. Just feel a little bit lengthening the back, so you don't want to round too early. So if this is where you are, that's fine. This is where you are, it's probably fine as well, but you don't want to round too much. So you take another breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, slowly letting the head come a little bit closer towards your knees. Take 2 more breaths. And slowly, on your next exhale, coming back up. You do a twisting motion as well. So I'm going to take our left foot closer towards us, stepping that right foot closer to your left bum cheek. And you're going to take that foot over the right. Just squeeze it in. So you can stay here with your right foot, or you can maybe take it so you sit, have it basically next to your cheek. But if you don't want to sit on it, so it should still have sitting tall with your left cheek on the ground. Take the right leg up, the right arm up, and slowly cross over on the right. Cross that right elbow over to the left elbow. Take a breath in on the left, and slowly taking that back. And another breath in, and breathe out as you twist. So the twist should come from the upper spine. You want to sit tall. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, you're slowly going to do a counter twist. So you're just taking the right arm back, left arm forward, just looking down. And then we're going to do the other side. Taking out both feet, both legs. Taking out right foot closer to your right bum cheek. And crossing it over. Again, if you can't take the leg back without actually lifting up, just leave that left foot there. Otherwise, take it aside and open up like that. You're still getting the twist. So lift the left arm up. So, similar here, actually. If you might be tight on this with the shoulders, you can just wrap around instead of taking the elbow to the outside. So up around, taking the right arm up, and then taking it back. Just sit tall, flexing the left left foot, if you have it out. If not, just let it be. Take another breath in through the nose. And see if you can twist a little bit more. The twist is coming from the upper spine really than the lower. And slowly release. Let's do a counter twist. Look down. And then taking both feet forward. Just shake them a little bit. Now let's come down to our Vinyasa. Slowly. Upper back. Touching last. And then head on the ground. Closing your eyes. Again, apologize for the ones looking at Instagram. As my phone died, so I had to restart it. But it's fine now. We're doing our Shavasana, so close your eyes. Have your arms out to the side, your legs. Slow down your breath again. Really feel those shoulders anchored on the floor. Your neck is tall. Your arms are soft. Your palms are facing up. Your fingers are spread to the ground. Your upper back is grounded. Your lower back, your sacrum, your glutes are feeling relaxed. Your hamstrings and quads are just enjoying the time off. Feel how your calves are resting as well. And your feet and toes. Slowly come back to your breath, your physical body. Maybe just circle the feet, the toes, move the fingers, the wrists. Move the head from side to side. Even taking your hands, maybe do a stretch over the head. And then slowly, while still keeping your eyes closed, taking your knees towards your chest, and then either come to your left side or your right side with your knees, it's up to you. And slowly roll yourself up, still with your eyes closed. Come in to seated position, crossed legs. Taking your hands, prayer positioning at a heart center. Bow and thank you for enjoying the class. Hopefully you were able to do it both on Instagram and YouTube. So sorry for any technical issues. So please join more classes. Next one on Sunday again, and I do it not bi-weekly, but I do 2 different schedules. So one is Vinyasa flow, another one is more of a restorative one. So thank you for this. Bye for now.